So here's what I'll do. We'll pretend like we're starting the stream right here. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys come out and I would say support me, but it's not like I'm partnered. But I mean, you're kind of supporting me emotionally in my heart. It is here in America, Thanksgiving Day. I just finished eating some pumpkin bread, which you guys didn't get to watch on the stream, and an apple. And yes, Digren, I am one of those eat the whole apple kind of people. Um, Waste not, I guess. I used to not do that. I used to not eat the whole apple. Then, somewhere in the midst of it, somebody, because I used to compost the apple. Well, eventually, you used to just throw it away. And then eventually I started composting, and I decided, hey, you know what? I'll just start composting, the apple cores and everything. I'll just, run them through my food processor and chop them up really fine and throw them into the food processor, throw them into the compost bin and let my worms happen. And then I was like, one day I'd finished eating the apple and I didn't have anything else to eat, and I was still really, really hungry. And I'm like, screw those guys, I'm still hungry. And so I ate the rest of it. I bit off just the ends of it, and I was like looking at the middle part of the core, the core of the core, as it were, and I was like, eh. And I ate that, and somebody was like, apple seeds contain cyanide. And I was like, yes, I've seen that episode of Columbo as well. And much like the guy in the episode said to him, it would take a dump truck worth of apple seeds to contain enough cyanide to kill you. So I'm not really worried about eating, half a dozen seeds or so. Anyway, but yes, awesome song. Love that guy. All right, Kimball, I will continue working for the sub button. We'll see how it goes. But what do you say we play some Elite Dangerous? After I finished playing last night, I jumped back in, and I didn't stream this part because I just was wrapping up a couple of loose ends. Namely, that I wanted to buy a hauler, and so I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go and buy myself a hauler. It'll be fine. Yes, I ate the core, Kimball. OG Twerk, welcome. Um, no, I didn't eat core. Sorry, I finally noted the capital C there. No, I did not eat core. Though. Mm. um, those Irish guys. So, focus. So I picked up a hauler, much like what is being displayed right there, right now. And I decided, okay, and I'm going to grab a fuel scoop so that I don't have to. What? Yes, I know I'm friends with 386. OG Twerk, thank you so much for the follow. I need to change that blue background. I mean, I just since I was working at EA for 2 months, I wasn't updating my sub alerts and everything else, so I had to do this massive update, and now I find that they've got these weird, you know, pastel filigree background. I'm gonna change that. That looks odd. It doesn't suit me at all. It's just horrible. Or at least it doesn't suit this particular game. If I was playing like a steampunk murder mystery game, then it might apply. Sleeping bag, yes. Yes, the sleeping bag and my fleece snuggler. Someday I'll wear that. If it's really, really cold in here, I'll wear that for the stream so that you guys can see what it looks. Because it's like a big blue Kigurumi that doesn't have an animal print to it, and I just pull the hood up. I'll have to be very careful with it though, because when I wear it, it opens up almost like down to about here, unless I pull it in really tight. And as soon as I go for the keyboard or whatever, it's going to open. It'll be like Varric in Dragon Age Origins, where it's just chest hair. It's like, people are like, "Ew! Oh my God! Shave that, you God! Oh, you fucking gorilla! Just no, I'm not shaving my chest hair. I'm not doing any manscaping. Okay, and I heard about this whole lumber sexual thing. What the hell? Just somebody mentioned that to me at EA when I was a couple of, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They were like, "Yeah, lumber sexual." I'm like, "What?" lumbersexual. It's apparently the pendulum swing to the other side from metrosexual, where they've gone from super city chic. I almost said shitty chic. Actually, I guess I did say it. Anyway, all the way over to people spending an inordinate amount of cash to try to look butch and rugged and stuff. Fuck you! Just stop it. Anyway, um,
Well, thank you, Domoshi. It's lovely to be back here. Thank you so much for your kind words. Yes, delightful.
um, what do you say we go flying around and do some stuff? Let's see what missions we have. I think I'm at I'm just at one of those landing platforms. I'm not at an actual station. But I got a holler. And then I discovered I had an eagle sitting out at a station somewhere. And I was like, why is there a ship stored here? And so I went in and I'm like, oh, apparently that's left over from an earlier, okay. And so I'm like, nope, sell it. And so I sold off the eagle and now I'm back up to like 64,000 credits. I'm like, okay, cool, 72, excuse me. Still looks like a giant bluebird. Okay, well, it'll just be my That'll be my stream buddy or something. Sounds kind of gross, but there is a chance that my housemates are supposed to be doing some kind of big LAN party thing here later on today. They're off trying to buy a smoker because apparently the smoker that we have has miraculously broken. So they are out shopping on Thanksgiving Day. They may not return. We'll see. But Domoshi, thank you. I finally read the rest of your thing. I'm really glad you enjoyed that audiobook. And I very much appreciated the comments too. Yes, while it is mostly for early teen years, it's still a good story. It's still a decent story. There was another review that I read right before I started recording that, when I was trying to decide if I wanted to do it or not, because when I went to ACX, which is the audiobook creation exchange. It's run by Amazon, and it's kind of like Craigslist in a way. Well, maybe not. It's like a dating service. You've got authors will post their stories they want people to narrate, and they'll say I want this story narrated. I want this kind of voice for it, and then narrators, voice actors and whatnot, will say, hey, I'm a narrator, this is the kind of voice that I have, and this is what I can do, and this is the kind of thing that I like. And it allows us to find each other. And so I was looking around on ACX, and I spotted one book in the recommended stuff that for people who were looking for my kind of voice, that it had a blue dragon on the cover, and I was like, oh, that one looks kind of cool. So I was like, I'll look at that one next week. I'll audition for it next week, and I kind of put it off to the side and went to do something else. The next week, on Monday morning, I wake up to an email from the author of that book, of all the books on Amazon. That author found me in a huge search of narrators. She found my voice type and picked me out of the thing after listening to my sample and said, would you please audition for my book? And I'm like, okay, fine. Yours was the only one I was looking at. It's okay. We'll go with it. And hello, mental health. And so when I was reading other people's reviews of the novel, and one of them said one of the greatest things about this thing is you take two fairly damaged characters, and she makes them whole, through not only the course of the story but through joining together. I was like, this is okay, this is awesome, I like it. It was a very cool story. I liked it a lot. And she has since asked me to do book 2. In fact, she asked me to do book 2 before we finished book 1. And so I told her to hold off and let's see how the sales go. And because it's entirely possible that she and I will very much like the end result. But if the audience, if her fans don't like it, if they don't like my voice, if they don't think it's quite right and don't want to hear it, then there's no reason for us to continue making it. So rather than tell her, okay, let's go ahead and start on book 2 and have her locked into a contract with me, and then discover, oh, her fans don't like it, and then have to get out of the contract, I told her let's hold off and see how it goes. Is it, or is I a little quiet? I don't know. I haven't listened to the stream because then I get the echo effect going on. But I'll let everybody else answer and see what they think. All right, so the bulletin board. Light cargo transports to Mokosh. How much? 2? I can take 2. This also needs to go to Mokosh. I can take 3. Anybody else need stuff moved? Oh, this is all trade back and forth stuff. Had to turn up your volume, huh? Interesting, because my stuff is like, my microphone input is pretty much all the way up. I'll even show you. Don't get motion sickness. I'm gonna move the camera. Okay, and here we go. Right. So, hold on. Hang on, everybody. Stupid monitors are squidging together. Okay, here we go. See, now when I'm talking, you can see right there that it's not exactly a quiet thing. So I'm not sure where. I don't know. I mean, I can turn up the gain on the thing a little bit, but I think it's Twitch. Oh, that's right. That's right. I was watching that happening to Geek Girly. All right. So yeah, for most part of what we're doing is going to be exploration and what was the other? What is it? Exploring today or trading? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I could buy data for those systems, but I would rather go and search it out myself. Okay, so Mokosh, which is not that far away. Not a tad. Oh, this is the place that I landed that has the scary pirate holographs. See?
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Thank you, my dear. I'm not sure about this place. Landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Make a journey to the Sol system if I have the range. That could be interesting. But I don't think I have the stuff. I noticed on the where was it? Is it here? No, it's here. If you scroll down to the bottom of this, maybe it's not the bottom of this. Somewhere I saw a thing that said some stuff. Very, very helpful, Trent. Engage hyperdrive.
Frameshift drive charging.
It basically said that it was like a I don't want to say a hall pass, but it was like a document that allows me to go to the Sol system or something. I haven't looked into it anymore. I haven't looked into it any more than that, but it seemed like that's what it said. I might be slightly off axis here too, so turn my microphone a bit more towards my face. And we'll see if that helps my volume. Where am I going? Bethel Station. We'll start there, because I only got 56 minutes to turn now. I might want to target the station. Alright, where are you? Behind me. Actually, you're on the other side of the sun, but that's fine. Yes, you could be more British. And worry not, I have tea as well. I don't have biscuits, but I have a packet of crisps. That probably doesn't count though. Now I have to get used to all new ship sounds because the hauler doesn't sound like a Sidewinder. I almost said wire basher. It's like, wire bash? What the hell am I talking about? Wire bash is a thing that does stuff. So we've seen a lot of people playing Dragon Age Inquisition. We did drop everything once started streaming. It's still virtual entertainment. No, I didn't call them potato chips because we were talking about being British, so I referred to them by the British name. If they were what we refer to as French fries, then I would have called them chips. I keep wanting to write a story about a guy who's out camping somewhere and he finds a spaceship, basically half buried, mostly buried. There's like a place that he goes camping a lot, and he finds a spaceship that's been buried there for several hundred years. Oh, that's gonna be a little bit of an overshot. And you know, there's a landslide in the course of the season, and when he goes over to out to go camping, he finds the ship and opens it up, and most of the systems are offline because they're, you know, horribly out of power, having been buried for centuries. And slowly he figures out ways to get the power back up. Starting with, you know, basically he's got like one of those backpacks that has a solar panel on it, and he like strips away the lead wires and puts them on the skin of the ship, and it starts absorbing electrical power. Now granted, that is a tiny, you know, bit of power for such a huge ship. It's not a huge ship, it's maybe the size of a Freelancer, which is, you know, slow to impulse. Which is, you know, part of the reason that I hate having Star Citizen looming on the horizon, because it's the kind of thing that makes me want to write this kind of shit. Chips are way bigger than fries, yes. Suppose I should contact the station. I need to ask Geek Domo how he does that docking request thing. What the key commands are for it. He says, you know, request docking, and it does it. Oh! Of course, he usually has Felicia, you know, hang on while I talk to this chick. Whatever. I don't need to have that. I like the idea of telling the computer to request docking permission, and it does it. Landing gear. And I'm facing the wrong way.
Landing gear deployed.
Thank you, my dear, but I'm still facing the wrong way. No, too far. Okay.
Docking successful. Engines
No problem.
disengaged.
See that? Oh, can you do that? Can you do that, Yoko? Is that possible? Because that would be kind of cool. I would like to be able to do that. The hell am I doing? Oh, right, Starport Server. Forgot why I'm here. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. So like I was saying, my housemates are probably having a LAN party later on. Are they both coming here? I guess maybe they're both coming here. Okay, fine. I didn't think they were both coming to this station, but I guess it makes sense. Oh, you don't think I can? Okay, well. Ship hauler is going to... Scrap hauler is going back to the thing, because I just came from there and brought you scrap. Now you want me to take 4 scrap right back where I came from. I mean, I guess that's how business works, but... Damn. Fine, I'll do it. I'm heading out that way anyway. Can I sell anything? Probably not. No, I don't have any data to sell. Anything on the commode market? You guys have a... What do you have high demand for? Animal meat. Because it's Thanksgiving. Maybe they want turducken. They have a very high supply of food cartridges, though. Because I buy them here for... Wait. I buy them here? Buy from the market for 47. And sell them for 198. Not bad. Take them to some low population place that wants food cartridges. I mean, I could do that. Could do that. What? I didn't say anything. I didn't. Oh, that's what it was. I put in a new command, or I altered a command, so that if I say comms, it opens my communications panel. I may have to be careful about that anytime I say because it doesn't know the difference yet. Oh, there's a lot more to it than that. I'm sorry, I kind of got distracted in the middle of it because I'm kind of telling 3 stories at the same time. One about the LAN party that my housemates are having here later on today, and there will be a whole bunch of people playing, classic games on like an Atari emulator and whatnot, probably right on the other side of this wall. So it may get noisy at some point. I'm not sure exactly when that's supposed to happen. Probably much later this evening. But then the second story is the one about the story that I keep longing to write, and all of these space games make me want to write them. And then the third thing that I was doing was this. Yes, I was looking at the commode market, but I was about to close the commode market because I'm not actually buying anything, and I was then going to get ready to leave. Just let go of my ship. Just let go, and I'll leave. You don't have to turn me around. There should be a setting for this, so that I don't have to wait. It makes no sense to turn me around.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
You could have just done that. Landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
I am a fairly decent pilot. I know what I'm doing. I don't need you to turn my ship around. Bought a new potato chip type today. Haven't seen it before. Bacon and honey flavor. That's probably pretty good. As long as it's real honey and real bacon. Not fake stuff. But the story with the guy finding the ship. Mokosh is a very big system. What? Okay, So I know I've left the no fire zone. It just sounds like engage hyperdrive. It just sounds like my ship is going to fall apart every time it does that. You can hear the engine straining against the torque of trying to turn. But there's a lot more to the story about the guy who finds the ship. Much more to it than just that. But my problem is, much like when I try to write a story that is not erotica, but that has erotica in it, I pay a lot of attention to what's going on in the erotica, and then I'm really good at describing a scene, and I turned the wrong way. And I head straight into the sun and boil myself to pieces. But the writing group that I used to be in, I wrote this story about this farmer, and it's nearing the end of the season, and he's kind of shutting down the farm, you know, putting mulch out on the fields and everything, because they're just going to lie fallow during the winter anyway. So he's just kind of buttoning everything down for the winter. And in the process of doing so, like this, it looks like something is heaving up out from underneath the soil, and it turns into this kind of dryad-looking wood nymph spirit thing. And it's basically the spirit of the land that was here before he showed up and built a farm there. And you know, they talk about the farm and how he helped to enrich the soil. And yes, there was I have to remember how to escape. You know, he took land that was wild and yes, he tamed it a little bit, but made it better for it. And you know, he tells her, you know, why have I never seen you before? And I say her, just kind of hermaphroditic. But she's like, you see me all the time. I'm right here. He's like, no, I mean, I've never seen you like this. And they wind up kind of playing around. And of course, she's made of blossoms and vines and stuff. So she tastes like buttercup pollen. I'm gonna slam into a space station if I'm not careful. Anyway, so I wrote this story when I was in my writers group out here, and eventually they were like, you know, it's a really great story and the setting is very well described, but if you take the sex out of the story, what happens? Slow to impulse. That's not what happens. You know, and I went back and I looked at it, and you know, the reason that I wrote it was I wanted to write this sex scene. And while that's all fine, well, and good, he doesn't convey anything other than that. So I was like, okay, I'll have to look into that. I haven't touched the story since then. I got a title into my head that I thought would make a really cool thing, because I called it Earthly Pleasures.
Docking request granted.
Because I thought most of my stories, I tend to try to put some kind of a pun in the title. Oh, that's why it has the thing. It's an unsanctioned outpost. Landing gear. Little bit too
Landing
far.
gear deployed.
Thank you, my dear. Well, it was especially unusual sex from Trendane because there was a straight element to it because she's hermaphroditic. So I had to write about girl parts too.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Feeling unwell? Well, don't jam breadcrumbs into your gums. Blah, blah, blah. That should kind of be a tongue twister, huh? Oh, Lay of the Land would have been good too. No, not repairs. I don't need repairs. I need the bulletin board. Give me my money. Light comms. I think I'm going to have to take that out. I'm definitely going to have to take that out of the command stack because that's not going to work for me. In fact, I'll do that right now because that's going to get really annoying. Multipart, comms, you. And done. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yay! That will never happen again. Okay, so I was looking at the bulletin board and trying to see. Now my brain looked at this one, and I saw Faced Winery, and I was trying to figure out what a Faced Winery was. Maybe I should have gotten more sleep. Maybe. Feeling a bit unwell. Digrin, swish some salt water in your mouth. Don't swallow it. Just swish and rinse. Okay, there's nothing here that really looks that interesting to me, so let's go find a star system that needs some exploration. Geek Girl Gaming is hosting me with 86 viewers. Woman, are you mad? Are you insane? Why would you be hosting with 86 people? I'm not even playing a game that's anywhere close to what you were playing. Because you were playing the Dragon Age Inquisition, which is kind of way off on the other side. If Trent had a fleet, you'd want to be in it. Well, that could get very dangerous, because you know why the Navy uses powdered soap? Because it takes longer to bend over and pick it up. Right. To my understanding, there is some sort of a geek fleet invasion going on, so welcome invading fleet raider people thing stuff. Most of the names I recognize, so tend to bite too intensely into food. Really? Wow. I'm kind of, thank you, Geek Girly. Thank you so much. I'm like that with my playmates sometimes. I tend to bite a little bit. I get bitey. That's why I don't drink very much anymore, because I get a little bit out of control. And I become like Wolf 358. I don't know. We're just talking about trend writing, and well, we were talking about trend writing erotica with womanly bits in it. Is what we were talking about. Because that's what we were talking about. So let's go there. We'll scan down the system. I may have asked you that. You don't have to turn me around. Just let go of my ship and I'll take off on my own. I'm a decent pilot. I know what I'm doing. You're probably pointing me the wrong way now anyway. Dick. Yes, Tren Rotica.
Ship released.
Thank you.
Engines engaged.
Landing gear.
Landing Landing gear retracted.
I have to reorient myself. Engage hyperdrive. And Splinters was one of the things that one of my fellow writers who was reviewing the story was mentioning. The other was the fact that the main character, who's kind of an anthro wolf guy, he was finishing fixing all of his tools and oiling them for putting them away for the season since it was winter. So he was at the forge, banging away on stuff, and he was basically just nude. I mean, he had fur because he's an anthro wolf, but he was wearing a leather apron. And they were like, I would not be working anywhere near a forge without clothes on. And I mean, the apron's all well and good, but oh, okay. Cool, Digran. Admiral Searle, no, it's not done yet. The reason that it isn't done is because when Domo and I first started working on the script, Engage hyperdrive,
Frameshift drive
we
charging.
we'd start writing it up and we'd start getting everything set, and then they would release a new beta or something, and they would have changed the key commands around, and so the key bindings were still fluctuating as they were moving things around. Squadabi! Welcome. Thank you for the follow. We figured we'd wait until it was closer to actual release, which Gamma is. So now that it's done, and I don't work at EA anymore, can I discover an object? Thank you. I now have a lot more free time. I have all of the free time, and I can actually start working on it with Geekdoma. We can get the thing all sorted, and I can get it recorded, and then get it. The simple answer to your question is no. Now let's listen to this beautiful sound that I love so much.
3 new objects.
Zoom! It's probably not near. Oh, it is a little further away than I thought it was going to be. Anytime you Digran it, or everybody, anytime you have like a very sore throat or something, it's getting all like schmutzy in there and everything, you're like, and, just gargle with salt water. Don't go buying all this super expensive crap. Just gargle with salt water. Because what you're doing is you wind up changing the salinity in your throat, and whatever is living in there can't handle that. And since your body is a much more complex organism and can withstand wider variances in salinity and acidity and whatnot, it's easier for you to gargle salt water than anything else. But Admiral, once we get the thing finished, I'll definitely point it out to you and everybody else. Zoom! Oh, I see another one off over there. Well, for you, it's over there. Up on the right. I'll go get that in a minute. Just to see if there was anything in the way. Anything in the way. Anything along the way. There's 2 things over here. Type of vinegar. Balsamic, not really good for that. Tasty, but not good for that. want to target that other one that's right there. Hey. Target that other... Hey. Yes, that one. Down to the left also. Good points, Cesarn. The problem is that by the time you tell me about it, I am so far past it because of the delay. It's awful. But you said down to the left, which means it would be back over there. Okay. Now, sorry, I looked at Geek Early's tweet and I've forgotten where I was going. It's okay. I'll head back towards the sun. It's going to be really difficult to spot that thing from the dark side. Okay. Don't. So it was off in this direction. So. Just the one I saw was off in this direction. Probably that. And there's one over there. I'm pointing again like you guys can see it. It's just about to disappear out the left side, way over there. Boop, there it goes. That's crazy. Oh my god. Palindrome 69. Ironically enough, well, I guess it's not really an irony, but your name is not a palindrome. It would be really cool if Palindrome 69 was a palindrome, but it's not. Unfortunately. Alright, so we'll head back to the sun and keep moving outward. There's one over there, just to the right of the sun, about to pass under the sun. I wind up doing this a lot. I will get into a system, and as I'm exploring it, I start something here, and as I'm heading back, I spot something on the other side of the sun, so I go over there, and then I turn around and I head back, so I'm kind of bouncing back and forth across the system. Finding stuff. It's an interesting dip to my speed. Because of course there's a couple of different ways that you can find things. One of them is when you're heading across a system and for no explicable reason your speed starts to drop. You're kind of skirting along the edge of a gravity well, and so as soon as you see your speed start to dip, as though you're getting near a planet or something, fire off your Discovery scanner. You'll probably find something. And happy Turkey Day to you too, John Casual. It's so nice to see you here. Thank you so much for coming. Did you bring butter? I hope you brought butter, because butter's really good in Thanksgiving.
Big T.
No one's called me that in hours. Why do I get the feeling that... No, that is when I'm heading. Okay, and I... You! Might as well target you now. Where'd you go? Oh, you're right above me. There you are. It's a yin-yang thing, yeah. Oh, which is a palindrome. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Ooh, that is very, very cool. Very, very cool. You've got a cool name. Mine is not quite so cool. I mean, Trendane is kind of cool. But my first name usually causes a lot of problems, especially on the telephone. Because my first name is Pony, like a little horse. And so people on the phone are like, Tony? It's like, no, Pony, like a little horse. And they're like, Tony? It's like, no. It's Pony. It starts with a P. Like paintbrush, pine tree, pneumatic, pneumonia. That really confuses the shit out of them, which I kind of find humorous. Let's see what happens. There's a big gap between those. Yeah, Wolf 359 is out there. It is out there. I've seen it. I haven't gone to it yet, but I've seen it. See there how my speed is dropping? I just love that sound. I love it. That's a fantastic sound. That's a champion, that is.
A donation.
Admiral Searle.
So delicious. Thank you so much.
My name is Pony Trendane Sparks. The last name is Sparks, which apparently harkens back to the days of King Richard the Lionheart. I see you hiding up in there. You're the one right in the middle of that bright dot, right in the middle of it. So I'll go off axis so you can see it moving across the galactic edge. See that? It's nearing the right side of my heads-up display there. It's drifting across the backbone of, kind of the backbone of night. It's a little bit more backbone than normal. That's the one we're going with. Anyway, harkens back to Richard the Lionheart. His one of my ancestors was his chief, Faulkner. And King Richard the Lionheart, his favorite bird was a sparrowhawk, and that's where my family gets its name, Sparks. I see you! I might want to slow down though. Zoom! One 900 Bubba. Thank you very much for the phone. Thanks for coming, Bubba. Very much appreciated. Love having you here. There was a toy. I may not even have that targeted. Yeah, it's going to help a lot. It scans a lot faster if you have it targeted. There was a toy. It was a teddy bear called Real Talkin' Bubba. And my husband and I had one, and oh my God, he sounded a lot like George Bush. It was just, oh my God, it was so funny. Some of the shit he would say, the bear, not GW. Although some of the shit GW says is kind of funny too, in a ludicrous sort of way. I'm not even paying attention to where I'm going. I'm just flying in loops. I don't care. However, hang on. I should check. Okay, so we've got, of the planets that we've discovered so far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, which means 5 is still out there somewhere. Head for the star. Let's see what happens. If it's on the other side of the star, it'll be easy to pick up. If it's on this side of the star, it might be a little bit more difficult. You don't want to. Teddy Ruxpin, a little creepy. A little creepy. I mean, I appreciate the technology behind it. I appreciate the fact that it actually was very useful for educating kids. It's just a very strange little toy. No! Well, I'm not seeing it out here. And at 18 times the speed of light, we should be able to see it pretty easily. Careful, I'm also bordering on getting too far away from it. Because that's 6 and 7 out there. You are. Knew it had to be within these two orbital bands. And I'll go off axis a little bit so you can see it moving. See? That closest to the... About to go off the left side over there. Zoom. Let's fire off about now. What the hell are you guys talking about? This is the problem with trying to pay attention to exploration and trying to... What are you guys talking about? What the hell? $47K in one system? Nice. Nice. Not bad. I've found that a lot of times Wolf 6 is out there, Wolf 7's outside of that. Let's check the is that another one? Yes. I was gonna say let's check the system map and see if it lists now how many satellites there are, but no. Sorry, the one that's almost dead center. That's not going to help any, is it? Is that another one? Anyway, I'll put it right over here, and you'll watch it. It'll slip behind the right side of my UI display. Here it comes, and boop, and okay. So that's probably number 8. Straightforward out. On topic. Oh my god. You're a big fan of Elite Frontier. How does it compare to that? This is where I probably lose any amount of respect that I have garnered from you thus far. I have never played an Elite game before this. That said, you know, because I have no basis for comparison. Okay, not close enough. Now, friends of mine back in the day, you know, used to play the original Elite in high school. This was back in the early '80s. There you are. And when I first learned about this game, I was like, that sounds really familiar, but I can't figure out why. And then it occurred to me, I used to sit and watch my friends flying their little wireframe pizza wedge, as they called it, flying it around, skimming across the surface of the sun, you know, picking up stellar gases for fuel, and watch them try to dock and get incredibly frustrated with it. And watching them get that angry over a game, I was like, I don't want to play this. There's no way I would willfully subject myself to something that's going to make me this angry. No, I don't think so. And I'm still that way about a lot of games. I mean, I watch people who get just livid about stuff, and I'm like, no, wouldn't do this to myself. Not a chance. Let's see if we can find a number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. I could appreciate and respect what the game was and what it represented in its way, but I didn't want to play it because watching them, no, I didn't want to get anywhere near that angry about something, because I'm one of those people that when I get angry anyway, no, I try to keep myself as happy as possible, because I am an unholy terror when I'm pissed off. It's always those people that are way over on this side of the spectrum that when they go over to this side of the spectrum, it's really bad. I'm one of those people. Is that another one? Sorry, I think I'm spotting Planet 9, maybe. Dive! So I have no frame of reference for the game. What I know, and what I can tell you, is that this game right now is one of the most important games in my life. So that's saying a lot. Because, I mean, the two big ones for me right now are Star Citizen and this. Star Citizen because it holds all of the lore that I find appealing, that I find I could just drink it in, you know. I mean, and the two games, each one has their pluses and their minuses. With Star Citizen, I mean, they've as we've discussed many times on podcasts and whatnot, they've gone at they're kind of aiming at the same target, but they're going at it from different directions. You've got Star Citizen, which started from the ships and is working their way out, but the problem with that is you don't have anywhere to go, and you don't really have anything to do, and it's way down the road. I have another friend request. I'll deal with that in a minute. Whereas Elite Dangerous went kind of from the universe inward, so the ships don't look that great. I mean, they look good. They're certainly a hell of a lot better than anything I could ever do. They look very functional, very utilitarian. But Elite Dangerous gives me something to do. I can actually get in here and do this right now, which is just awesome. And while there isn't a lot of that I know, because they don't push the lore as much as Star Citizen does. Not that I've seen. So I know there's the Federation and there's some other group thing, but I don't know what their histories are, why they're fighting, what is there's just not a, are there any other races? I mean, by that I mean aliens, what have we discovered? Why have we begun to spread out so much? How did all of these things come to pass? These are the things that I want to know. So each game has their pluses and minuses. Star Citizen has this lore that really just grabs me and pulls me in and makes me want to play the game, but I can't play it. And right now, Elite Dangerous has some fantastic gameplay, but I don't know why. So if we could get those two to have a baby. What is that? What is that? All these sounds that I don't know yet. Okay. So one of the other things that I was going to say is there are a lot of one of the things I discovered when I was out researching, exploring, is that and this was a little bit of lore because I actually read some of the news in a station. Are you cracking a bit of Wensleydale? Jeez. I always had such a crush on Gromit. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's TMI Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. TMI Thanksgiving. Thanks for oversharing, something like that. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I was exploring a system. I was reading the news, and I got a lot of credits for selling the stellar data on a given star system. And I was trying to figure out why I got so much more for that system, which had like 2 planets, as opposed to the one that I had before, which had like 9 planets, but I didn't get nearly half as much. And then I realized that the one that had 2 planets had like eight belts in it. And I'm like, because of the mining thing. Okay, it makes a lot more sense. So if you can find systems that have mining belts in them, go and scan those things down, because that's awesome. Yes. Well, don't. I mean, hail hurts. It hits you and it leaves welts and boo-boo things on your head. It's horrible. It's awful. System view. Okay, so this is what we got so far. See, these two. What? You guys may not have been. If you find a pristine belt players. Oh, yes. See, I don't think I have enough. I don't have an advanced scanner yet. I don't have that much money yet, so I can find a belt. I don't know what its condition is, though. But I was looking at the Sol system. In fact, let's probably heading off into deep space here. Yeah, kind of heading off into deep space. Whatever. So let's go find the Sol system. Shouldn't be that difficult to locate. Where's the Galactic Center? So that's Vega. Neato! There you are. No, zoom in. No, zoom in. It's right here. Damn it. I got it. Hopefully I'm close enough now that I can find. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? No, it's Bernard Star. That's pretty close. Oh, it is Sol. Excellent. System view. Now this is what I discovered yesterday that I'm kind of hoping somebody will point out to Neil deGrasse Tyson, because they are they're listing Pluto as an icy planet and Charon as an icy planet. Anyway, yeah. And I'm just going to continue sailing off into nowhere. We're on the road to nowhere. The light is so pale out here. So pale. So pale. So cold. 500 times the speed of light. Holy crap. Can we visit Uranus? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. I'm a top. Sorry. When you can actually afford to play it. I know. One of my housemates who lives on the other side of this wall, he played Eve a lot. I don't remember if I was the one that got him into Eve or not. Anyway, I definitely got him into Elite Dangerous. But, he was still playing Eve well after I had kind of quit. I mean, I still do a monthly sub, so that if I ever suddenly decide, oh, maybe I should throw something that takes 21 days into my skills queue. Yeah. I was just like, I don't know. Let's find another empty system. Can't use the mouse yet. Try and... There we go. That's better. Have I searched this system? No, I have no data. Let's go there. Engage hyperdrive. Fuck you, hardboards. It's just a scanner. Engage hyperdrive.
Frameshift drive charging.
Engage hyperdrive? I'm not exactly sure what that sounded kind of like hyperdrive. Who does not like a good, nice cheese now? Well, a good, nice cheese is good, but a bad, nice cheese. Into the eye of God. That's what I figure that is. That's the eye of God. I'm definitely saying you cannot probe Uranus or Uranus. You can probe Uranus. Woo. Full stop. Discover one object. Target said object. And scan for more. Michael Bay. You're stuck in hyperspace. Think of all the distance you can cover. That's probably a belt, given how close it is. Or not. Never mind, it has an orbital path. It's not. Mr. Legs, hi! It's so good to see you. Welcome. Seeing that sunlight on my dashboard makes me want butterscotch pudding. Oh yes, palindrome. That's voice attack. Voice attack is an $8 piece of software. It's only $8 and it's freaking amazing. What it does is it kind of partners with your system's speech recognition software, and you say something like full stop, and suddenly it goes to zero throttle. Now, the difficulty with this is the fact that my physical throttle is still at about 50%. So, but what it does is you say full throttle, and it didn't pick that up. So well, I did. It just didn't recognize it. And it turns to your speech recognition software and says, "Hey, these are the syllables I heard. What does that mean? What does that translate to in text?" And Windows speech recognition or whatever says, "Oh, that means this," and it goes through its database. You know, voice attack goes through its little database. Says, "Oh, okay, that means push J," and it hits J in the game for you. Not J, but you know, whatever. So it itself doesn't do the speech recognition, but once it is told what you have said, it translates that into a predetermined key command. It's very, very cool. You can use it for... We got 2 over on the right. Might have been... I don't know about... Yeah. You can use it for... You don't just have to use it for this. There's a guy on the Elite Dangerous forums when they were first talking about this, was like 4 or 5, maybe 6 months ago, when people were first talking about using this and whether it was cheating or not. And he uses it with Photoshop so that he never has to lift his stylus off the tablet. He can just tell it what tool he wants, and it automatically switches to it because he's programmed it to understand what each one means, which is very cool. Hey, it's Unique. Good to see you. Yes, I am still alive. Amazingly enough, I survived my 2 months at Electronic Arts before they fired me. Oh my god, an interdiction. What the hell am I ever gonna do? Shit. I really should evade this. I don't have any weapons on this thing. you and good day, sir. What's up? Well, obviously, like I said, EA fired me. I'll probably wind up talking about that on StarCast tomorrow. Yes, I will be on StarCast tomorrow. Alright, there were some other ones that I hadn't quite discovered yet. It's another planet with a satellite. No, not you. You. Yes, it is very awesome. It is very amazing. So basically, you can use voice attack to tell any to input any command into any program. It doesn't matter what it is. If it has a keystroke, you can assign it to a voice command. You could use it in WoW. You could use it in Excel. You know, you can, I mean, whatever you want. Excel might be a little difficult. I mean, you could use it for, you know, you could tell it like highlight green, and it'll highlight in green or whatever. But it's very cool. One of the things that we did for Star Citizen in particular, and we're going to do for Elite Dangerous, is creating a voice pack. Because some people, they get a text-to-speech emulator, and they will tell the system, you know, hey, anytime I say this, have it do this. And one of the things that you can have it do is say specific things, and it will have the text-to-speech emulator say whatever it is that you tell it to say. There's another group who, no, not that. I want the planet. I want the planet. I want the planet. Target the fucking planet. Target the... Okay, it was scanning it. Alright, fine. Blah, blah. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that I'll find something else. What I want is my voice acting career to take on. That would be perfect. That would be delicious and delightful and wonderful and awesome. So with Star Citizen, we created a voice pack, which has a whole bunch of pre-recorded lines with a kind of a computerized flange put on my voice. And so those become the responses for the thing. There's like 125, 130 different things, so that there's some variation. If you say next target, it doesn't always reply with, you know, ship targeted. Sometimes it says, you know, that's the closest one, or that's the nearest ship, or whatever. You know, it does all sorts of stuff. I see you guys over there. And then, you know, we packaged that all up, and people demanded that we sell it, because of course I'm a professional voice actor and blah blah blah. We were trying to figure out how much should we sell it for, and eventually we settled on $25, and then a lot of people were bitching, throwing a fit about why would they pay $25 for a voice pack to work with a program that only costs $8, which is a justifiable argument. And my answer to that was, don't buy it. There are other options. You don't have to buy it. Don't buy it. I mean, voice attack at $8 is woefully underpriced. I mean, that guy could have charged a lot more for it, and rightfully so, because it is worth a lot more than $8. Which voice did I end up going with? Well, give me just a second and I'll play you one. I've slowed down too much. Trying to just divide my attention between the chat and this. That should be enough. I hope. Hint Keeper and Phantasmagoria. No. No, don't know him. Games Foundry. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Now, which Games Foundry person is it? Simon? I presume it's Simon. But somebody from Games Foundry. For those of you who don't know, Games Foundry is awesome. Speaking of lots of rich lore and stuff, which I was speaking of quite some while back. Godzilla fan, 2100. Love Godzilla. Love Godzilla. The new movie. The scene when his scales start lighting up and you're just like, oh God, here it goes. Oh, just sorry. Back to Games Foundry. Yes, Games Foundry equals Folktale. Very good, very good. The developers who are making Folktale, which is a really cool game. If you're not following them, oh my God, follow, because they'll do a lot of stream of them making the game and everything. It's very neat. Plus, they're absolutely delightful to talk to. But well worth it. And welcome, guys, welcome. But to answer your question, Unique, no, I was not in Phantasmagoria, nor do I know anyone who was. Backtracking. Domoshi, well, voice acting was only one thing. The audiobook, I actually had a lot more fun doing the audiobook than I thought I was going to. My speed is dropping. There must be a gravity well near here. Or I'm headed for one. Just pick up my speed a little bit more. Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying about the audiobook, when I made the audiobook, when I did the narration, I actually had a lot more fun doing it than I thought I was going to, which is great, because I was kind of worried that was going to be like, third string, third string level stuff that I would wind up doing. See again here, very big gap between these two orbital paths. Not that that's impossible, but it makes me think that there's a planet in the middle that I haven't found yet. So I'll just cruise along this gap and see if I can spot the planet along the way. But had a really great time, and I was really happy that Rebecca, the author, asked me to do book 2, so I'm very happy about that. And the book sales should pick up as more and more people find out about it. But that's definitely going to be something on more often. And what else? Yeah, I was expecting video games to be the big thing in my life, or my business life, I guess. Not yet. Be patient. The guys who are making Wit and Lore are still working on that, and should hope have something in the near future. I don't think I'm turning tight enough. I'm going to wind up on the night side and I won't be able to see the planet. If there even is a planet in this band. What else could I say? Benighted, it's entirely possible that you did follow them, and then somewhere along the line, Twitch decided that you didn't need to do that anymore. Because I had a lot of people that I was following very diligently, and one day came in to realize that, hey, why did I not know that they were streaming? Because Twitch had miraculously unfollowed them. Now I'm going to presume that this is an empty swath of stuff. And I'm going to look at the system map. The system map. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. Oh, right, because they're paired. They orbit each other. After Thanksgiving dinner, Dine Deep, which is from a David Lynch album? No. David Lynch is a director, not a composer. Lynch. Who's the composer? The songwriter. Lynch. Something Lynch. I can't think of it. Must not be that important. Slow down. You slow down. I don't know how that idea works. A wonderful... What the hell is going on in my channel? Yeah, okay, I think I'm pretty well caught up. Graham Lynch? No, I don't think that doesn't sound familiar. No, this guy was... We'll just do a search for the song, or either a song or an album called Deep Breakfast. Deep Breakfast. Watch, it's probably not a Lynch at all. Alright, Palindrome, take care. Actually, be careless. Every time I tell somebody to be careful, they don't do it, so be careless. And I hope to see you back again sometime. Alright, let's go find another system. Ray Lynch. Thank you. So close. Ray Lynch, Deep Breakfast, that was it. Thank you. Great album. Great album. Engage hyperdrive. Your scanner's out. Engage hyperdrive.
Frameshift drive charging.
Last night, while I was sailing around trying to get this hauler, I was docking at a station. I was docking at a station, and I realized why the because it's a British company. That's not why, but it makes more sense now that when you're going into a space station, you stay on the green side, and it's typically the green side is on the left side. At least every time I approach a station, the green side is always on the left side. I'm like, of course, because in Britain you drive on the the right hand side. The left side of the road. Blah, blah. Dang. Two matches. And how close are they? Terribly close. Probably on opposite. Interdiction. This close to the sun? Are you mad? Submitting, I think. I say good day, sir. Niles Box. No, sir. No. I think not. Lovely to see you. Yes, I know I'm under attack. Thank you. Ouch. You're hurting me. Mm-hmm. Engage hyperdrive.
Frameshift drive charging.
See you, Niles. Bye.
Ready to engage.
In line with escape trajectory. Into the sun? Are you mad?
2, 1, engage. Taking damage.
Oh, good. They are both on this side of the sun. That's nice. Yes, flying on the left. Important. I see two over there. Once I head over towards that one over there, I'll fire off the Discovery Channel. Fire off the Disco scanner again and pick up those two. Those two. Ah! What? Yes, I am apparently back. Apparently, and I'm going way too fast. Easy. Easy. Stop it. Stop it. I should probably target lock it. It's amazing how much quickly, it scans if you target lock on what you're supposed to be. Now these two. Target lock this time. They make it much easier. So you guys got off to all the licking and now you're being very quiet. Perhaps your mouths are occupied. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, it is Thanksgiving. Leaked footage of the new Star Wars? No, I haven't. But then, given my appetite for stormtroopers, I should probably stay as far away from that as possible. Because I love me some stormtroopers. If I could just date someone from the 501st. That is a great question regarding what time phase we are in. I believe right now, we are in daylight time, I think. No, we might be in standard time. Shit. See, we never know either. I see you moving. Okay, it's like almost right at the center. I'm gonna line it with the center of my left bracket there. It's moving towards it oh so slowly. It's gonna go right through the middle of it. It's a little white dot moving towards the thing. Oh, there it goes. Oh no! Oh no! It's gonna hit. It's gonna crash into. Oh! Ah! That's where we're going. Is that planet right there? This is how you explore. Okay, there we go. D equals summer, S does not equal summer. That should make a lot of sense to everybody in the frickin' world. You should just get rid of daylight savings time anyway. It doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. I mean, part of the original reason for it was supposedly to make it easier for the farmers, to give them more. Oh, I should probably slow down and squeeze this off. Yes, you. Anyway, doesn't really serve any purpose now because farmers don't go by the clock anyway. If the sun is up, you need to be out working on your fields. They don't go by the clock, they go by the sun. So it makes no sense to me. I never really understood daylight savings time anyway. Some say it was for the farmers, others say it wasn't. I mean, I don't care. Especially now that we're becoming, because of the internet, a much more international lifestyle where we're not, most of us are doing business with people in other time zones anyway, in some way, shape, or form. So we have to be acclimatized to other time zones. People who are living where it is now summer, Australia, and other places. Everywhere in the northern hemisphere. Yeah, there's like a 2-week period. There's like a 2-week gap between when everybody goes into daylight savings time, in and out of daylight savings time, and then America does like 2 weeks after that. I don't know why. We follow the same sun over here. I don't know why it should be any different. Because America. Every time something like that happens, it makes me think, I should just expatriate and go to another country. Now, a lot of my friends joke about expatriating and going to other countries to live there, and I'm like, you have to remember that just because this country, from your perspective, is incredibly fucked up and you want to go live somewhere else where it's not, other countries are just as messed up as ours. They're just messed up in different ways than ours. But you're going to get there, and you're going to spend all the time and effort to become a citizen, and then you're going to realize, wait a minute, it's like this? God, that's just as bad as the other thing. Yeah. I'm not saying don't expatriate. I'm saying, I'm saying don't do it until you're absolutely certain you know what the hell you're doing, and you know that it's the right choice for you. Hello, STS. I just looked over and lost track of what I was flying towards, but I'll find it because I'll probably run into it. Huh. So, expatriating is fine if it's what's right for you. Expatriating, I would chunk right up there with a sex change. There, whoa, slow down, it's right there. Very tiny, faint little planet. Tiny little thing hanging out here. As I was saying, I would liken expatriation to a sex change, or gender reassignment, as they are called. If it's the right thing for you, and you've done your research and you know it's the right thing for you, then absolutely I support you. Go for it. But if you're, I would say that there is a friend of mine, but this individual is not a friend anymore, who decided to undergo gender reassignment, in my opinion, to escape who they were, rather than because they, there was somebody else they were supposed to be. It was because the person they are is somebody they didn't want to be. That is escapism, and that is not a good reason to do anything. So, most of the time, and I have several friends who have undergone gender reassignment in both directions, male to female and female to male, and every single one of them, but one, was somebody that I fully supported and still to this day consider very dear friends. It's just too bad that some of them are fucking insane. Sorry, getting off topic now. The hell is this quick mean JPEG? Actually, that looks very pleasant to me. That looks very pleasant to me. But then I like the cold. We know this. So, a Games Foundry, if you're still in the channel, what are you guys working on now? You still working on the Werewolf Temple? Yeah, that's right. You heard me right. Werewolf Temple. It's more of a monastery. Well, I guess it would be a temple. Monks. Oh, you are still here. You've missed these streams. What are my plans now? Now that I don't work for EA anymore? Well, pushing the, jumping right back into pushing the voice acting career. I've got a little bit of money saved up, and I may actually be able to file. I mean, I was only there for 2 months, but I may be able to file for unemployment, because they were taking unemployment out of my checks, and that is my money by rights. I may be able to file. We'll see. That would extend my buffer zone a little bit more, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, lots of the Blue Dragon. Oh, Dragonbound, Blue Dragon. Yes. The deal that I have with Rebecca, the author, is that we're splitting the sales 50-50. There's two different ways that the Audiobook Creation Exchange does it. You have two options. You can either do a kind of a lump sum payment up front, however much to be negotiated by the author and the narrator, or they can do a profit split thing, in which case the narrator and the author split the audiobook sales 50-50, and that's what she and I decided to do. The benefits of each one are, if the book does very well, or if it does well, you may be screwing yourself taking the lump sum in the beginning. I mean, yes, you're guaranteed to get this much money, but if the audiobook sells really, really well, that's all the money you're getting. If you take the 50-50 split and the book doesn't do well, then you don't even get as much money as you would have gotten for the lump sum. So there are pluses and minuses, but if it does well, you get a lot of money. So I mean, it depends on how you guys think the book is going to do, and blah blah blah. Yes, that book. Thank you, Xenphos. Some Folktales streaming by Geek Girly Gaming next week. Now that I'm streaming, will I be playing it? Well, I wanted to play it anyway, streaming it or not. I mean, I just love the look of it, of Folktales specifically. Again, it's one of those games that any game that has, you know, something that looks like it's got a really rich storyline. Gameplay, to me, honestly, is kind of secondary. I will forgive a game having, you know, a crappy control scheme, having, you know, a boring user interface, or whatever. I mean, I would forgive a lot if it's got a really good story. So there's a balance point to it. One of the other things that I really like about Folktale is that it looks like, if you work it right, you could very easily make your own kind of your own machinima. I don't know if it's possible at this point to path out where the NPCs go. If you can tell them go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, and they will follow that path, and then once they've finished it, they'll go back about whatever their business is. But I think it would be very funny to be able to basically build a little village and have like a folktale soap opera, not necessarily a soap opera, but, you know, the ability to make your own stories and use Folktale's, you know, creation engine to be able to build this town and play out the thing. A guy kind of did that with Skyrim, sort of. The guy who did the Legacy of Kain werewolf mods, he sort of did the same kind of thing. Sort of made little movies with it, and I think that's, you know, it's got a lot of potential. Companies that make games that give users an amazing palette with which to create their own content is always a huge win in my... Oh, you'll be doing the dev hangout on Sunday. Awesome. Definitely go and watch that. Put it on your Google Calendar, everybody. You know, put a reminder on your phone, set an alarm, whatever. Make sure you go and watch it, because it's a really good dev hangout. And take lots and lots of questions with you. Oh, that's very cool. Very cool, Games Foundry. Very nice. That's another thing, is that being somebody who has been working in games development for as long as I have, a lot of people, like with Star Citizen and also with Elite Dangerous, and a lot of games, honestly, especially now, because games are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, people are having a harder time understanding that sometimes you can't put everything into the game at release. Sometimes you'll have to patch it in later on. And so it's like, you know, will this be in? Will this feature be in? It's like, not at release, but we are going to get it in at a later date. And don't throw a fit about it. Use the extra time to write an even better story. Shut up. Or something. You know, something. Figure out how you're going to do things. It's really cool. Really cool stuff. Turn your disadvantages into advantages. What the hell was I going to do? Oh, right. I was going to look at the system map and see if there was anything else I forgot. Yes, there is either... Wait a minute. What are these numbers? This is number 3. This is number 5. There is a 4 out there somewhere. Okay, so we got 1. We got 2, 3. 3. 4 and 5. Okay, so we got to go find number 4. I was just about to take off out of the system. I was about to leave. Gone. History. Out of here. Astrometrics. It picked it up, but it doesn't know how to leave the system view. See, if I say it now, astrometrics, it closes the map. But, yeah. Okay, so, where are we? What are we looking at? I'm going to get some distance up. Live out your narcissistic fantasy. Yes! Account is high! You're sitting at Saul currently. Cool. How does it look? Is Lake Michigan still a frothing brown mass of ick? Okay, so there's the star. That big gap is probably... keep it fairly level. Actually, I want to keep it above me. The reason I keep it above me is that most of the bottom of, well, like a third of the bottom of the screen is occluded by my dashboard. Countess, thank you so much for the follow.
So delightful.
Ooh, I should record something like that. The giggle and the donation.
A donation. So delicious.
Those, I recorded both of those. So I should make more for people when people do things like following me and such. Thank you very much for the follow, little lady. It won't know if it's, what the gender of the follower is, which could be kind of amusing. Tiny little dot moving. So I was, oh, wait. Right there. Right above that unidentified signal source. That's the one I'm looking for. If you didn't see it, I'll move off to the right so you can see it moving against the background. See there? See, it's like one little point of light that's moving off the side, like it's got somewhere it needs to be. Daft Medic, thank you so much. Squeeze this off. Fire off the disco scanner. Michael Bay! Too fast. Almost could have run into it if I'd have done that. No, I love using the scanner. I love it.
Lights.
No, I didn't say... Lights.
Lights.
Okay. Now I think we have everything from the system. That's not what I meant. Stupid thing. Okay, who's next? Sinan. Isn't Sinan... I wonder if that's... The world that Inara was from in Firefly / Serenity was, well, depending on who pronounced it, it was either Sinan or Sinan, but I wonder if that's the same name. Okay, let's go. Engage hyperdrive. Screw you and your hard points. It's just a disco scanner. Engage hyperdrive. I believe I said engage hyperdrive.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hope you got a fuel scoop. I don't. I don't have a fuel scoop. Okay, now everybody count with me. Count with me. Here we go. It's 5 seconds, not 4. I mean, I understand why they're counting it that way, but it just bugs me. It bugs me that discover one object. Hey, Zelphos, I'm about to fire off the disco scanner. Okay? You might want to muffle your stuff. Here we go. Can we all play Elite together once it releases? That would be awesome. 11 new astronomical objects. Holy crap. These are probably belts. Given how close they are, this will be a very valuable system. Okay, I'll just... It's so toasty over here.